Paddy's review. A review of the midweek's game, starting with Tuesday night, Man City and PSG. I thought Manchester City in this match were outstanding. All over the pitch. They just outplayed PSG in every position, both with and without the ball. I thought Mahrez in this game was outstanding. He scored two brilliant goals. Like last year, he was in and out of the squad, but this year he's been absolutely outstanding. Probably, arguably, one of Man City's best players. Like, he's keeping Raheem Sterling out of the team. That's how well Mahrez is playing, and I think Mahrez should be in the team of the year. I think it's a brilliant achievement for City at the final, and it'd be great if they were able to win it because they deserve to win it. The squad they have is unbelievable, and plus the manager, one of the best managers in the modern era, and another good assist for Foden in this game. Everybody knows how well I like Foden. I think he's been brilliant for City this year. There's so many players playing well, and that's why they're consistently winning matches. But for PSG, they did miss Mbappe, but I thought PSG were poor. They were very naive. Like, they didn't want to attack. It was like they were beaten before the ball was even kicked. I know they have two brilliant players up front, but the rest of their team is poor. They don't have many good midfielders. And defender, like, they rely on players who used to play for Everton to win the matches, the likes of your man Moyes Keane. Like, it's okay competing in the Champions League, but if you want to win it and you want to get to the next level, I think PSG need to buy some players. And it'd be interesting to see what they do with Pochettino because PSG have high standards and they probably think not getting the final is a failure. So it'd be interesting to see what happens with that. And even Neymar and Mbappe, would they consider moving on now because they might be looking at the rest of the team, they think to themselves, well, hang on a minute, we don't have a chance of winning. And if a big team comes in with a bid for them, that could turn their head. They could leave because of this. On the Wednesday night, Madrid. Chelsea were dominant from minute one. They had so many chances. They scored two. They could have scored about 5 goals. They were brilliant. I thought Kante in his match was outstanding. His runs from midfield were brilliant. Like, he arguably has to be one of the best players in the world. How well he plays. But for Madrid, everybody says experience, but I think experience. If they won, they'd say experience, but if they don't win, they're saying, "Oh, we have so many players over 30." I get that, but I just think the way people are talking about Madrid the last few, I think they're exaggerating. Like, it's just the thing you play with Madrid. Like, if you don't get the final, it's like what I said about PSG. They think, "Oh, it's a crap season," but they come up against a good side in Chelsea. Tuchel has done great things with Chelsea over the last few months. But I still think there's a lot of quality in the Madrid side. They've still have some brilliant players. And you look at the first half, Benzema had a great chance. Like, if he would have scored that 1-0 up, like, it would have been a totally different game. So, like I know they were well beaten in the end, and you look at the game 2-0, it was a convincing win for Chelsea, but like, I still think Madrid have some good players, and like, it still could be a successful season for Madrid. They still have a chance of winning the league, and if they buy a couple of players in the summer, stick with Zidane, and you never know, next year they might get to the final. I just think it's not because the players didn't win the match, it's because they didn't create enough chances over the two legs. They weren't clear cut chances. There were half chances here and there. It didn't create enough to win games, I thought. On Thursday, the Europa League, Manchester United Rome, I thought United were awful. Like, I know going forward they were good with like Silvani, Bruno, and they're always a threat going forward. I thought the back they were poor. Like, I'm still not convinced with Harry Maguire and Lindelof as their centre halves. I think if you want to win big games, either in Europe in the Premier League, you need to buy a good centre half. And Fred, like, I know he gets good assists going forward, but he's poor at the back. Like, what he done for that second goal, that was terrible. I think he's a liability when they don't have the ball. So it'd be interesting to see what happens. I still think you need to buy a midfielder, defender. They want to get to the next level, I think. And only for De Gea, Ron would have scored 4 or 5 goals. De Gea was brilliant. So United were lucky to get through, I think, only for that second half performance in the first leg. Bar for that, the other three halves were even. And Dzeko continues his good run against United. Like he's a brilliant striker. Everybody says about best strikers in the game. I can't believe nobody says Dzeko because I think he's brilliant. His movement in the air, he's brilliant. Like I don't know why City ever kept a hold of him instead of letting him go. And I see there's even talk, Roma should let him go. Like, that mad. He's quality. He's a brilliant player. And the other semi final, Arsenal, Villarreal. Arsenal didn't do enough to win the game. I know they created some chances in the match, especially in the second leg, but they just it's just not good enough. They don't have enough creativity or quality in their team. Like, Arteta would have been sacked by now. The only reason he's not because he won the FA Cup. Like, I know Smith Rowe and Saka have great potential, but they're pinning all their hopes on those players. That's not a good thing to do, really. It'd be interesting to see what happens at Arsenal. There's a lot of problems within the squad. You know, like they're having to play Shaka all over the pitch, really. You know, like they don't have enough depth in their squad. And what they have in their first 11, it's okay, but is it good enough to be winning European competitions and challenges for top four? No. And do they stick with Arteta or do they sack him and go back to the drawing board? It'd be interesting to see. But the more times I watch Arsenal, I think they're getting worse. It's tough times ahead if you're an Arsenal fan. I think Villarreal, uh, they probably were the better team over 2 legs and did shade it. And like for Emery to get to his fifth Europa League final, what an achievement that is! That's unbelievable. Like he just loves the competition, really. And if they come up against United played the way they played last night. You know, it'd be a close match. So United need to improve if they want to win the final. And the Champions League, like it's Man City and Chelsea. That'd be an interesting match. Like I want to see City win it because I think they deserve to win it. But you see what happened a few weeks ago when Chelsea played City in the cup final. City couldn't break Chelsea down and they scored on the break. So it'd be interesting to see if Pep has a different game plan for the final. Well, there's a long way to go. Like it's a few weeks away, so it'll be interesting to see what players are playing well. There's any big injuries in the teams. And tonight in the Premier League, Leicester, Newcastle are all but safe now, so there's no pressure on them. So it'll be interesting to see how they play. What's their attitude for this game? But for Leicester, they still need the points to guarantee their top four position in the Premier League this season. And I think they'll beat Newcastle tonight 2-0. I hope you enjoy the action throughout the week, and I hope you enjoy the match tonight between Leicester and Newcastle if you watch it. So thank you.